trying too hard.
What's holding you back in your trading? What's the barriers that keep you from finding the success and consistency that you know you desire as a trader? For some of you, you're just too new to even reach for that right now. And that's realistic. It may not feel realistic for you as a new trader because you want it right now at this very moment. But you're going to have to submit to some development time. How about the folks that have been doing this for 12 months or longer? Perhaps you've been doing it longer than 2 years. Heck, some of you probably have been doing it over 5, maybe even 10 years, and they've never found consistency or profitability. But you simply won't let it go, will you? You ever consider what those problematic things are that provide barriers to your development? Perhaps they have nothing to do with the things going on in the chart. Perhaps they're internal. Have you ever considered yourself pondering whether or not you deserve to be successful? And that sounds silly. Some of you may snicker to that, thinking, who would think that? I'm not submitting the idea that you are willingly and knowingly doing these things, but consider for a moment, perhaps you have such a deep-rooted event or a lack of just mental health. But perhaps maybe you lost a parent, maybe you lost a spouse or a child, and that deep-rooted grief is gnawing at you internally, and perhaps that's been a barrier for you. Perhaps you don't believe you deserve to be successful, because to be successful and to be financially independent means that you've moved on. And some of us, whether we want to accept it or not, hold on to these things as mental barriers, living in deep-rooted self-guilt. Have you ever considered the possibility that the lack that you have in understanding the marketplace in a consistent capacity really has nothing to do with the trading? I can tell you, as a young man, when I first was introduced to the marketplace, I really wasn't that astute. I didn't have any real interest. I was intrigued, but I didn't believe I deserved to be successful. I didn't believe that there's no better way to describe it, deserved it. I didn't believe that I had the deserving characteristics of what makes a successful trader successful. I didn't believe I had it, because I allowed initial input from my family members saying, well, this is a pipe dream, Michael. You're wasting your time. Don't waste your time doing this. You're going to lose everything you have, Michael. You're going to waste your time doing this. And I believed it. I believed it for a long time, until I found more information about trading, and then I had a taste of what it was like to have success. Because some of you all know that my first trade was in an orange juice option, and I lost half of what I put up for the premium in one day. But I still couldn't let go of the willingness to see, could it happen for me? I had a lottery mentality. Not that I deserved it internally. I didn't see it like that. I looked at it as, it's the lottery, and I might get lucky. And as it were, I did get lucky. Even during the initial 3 to 4 months of success I was having, albeit by luck, I was making money consistently. But I was too afraid to say anything to anyone, because I would jinx it. Because internally, what I was hearing was the playback of every one of my family members and friends. Still to this day, I can still remember hearing the voice in my head. My uncle was dating a woman, and she just was a very cynical person. Nothing good came out of her mouth, nothing positive. He said, oh, well, you'll be working the rest of your life just like the rest of us. And I looked at her and I said, you know what? What if she's right? What if she's right and I have to do this the rest of my life? I didn't want to. And I didn't want to accept that as my future. But because I heard it not only from her, but my other family members, that it was something that just doesn't happen for people like me. It sat with me and it gnawed at me. And I wouldn't let it go. And I wouldn't accept the pleasure of being profitable and successful. And it caused me to almost have a split personality. I became something I wasn't originally, an arrogant, self-centered individual, because it allowed me to put on an armor to combat the internal dialogue I was having with myself, where I was telling myself, despite being profitable, as a new trader, finding profitability, I was combating that with internal dialogues, telling myself, reinforcing myself that I don't really deserve this. This is not going to last forever. It's just going to be bound to find its way into failure. I mean, my family has to be right. They've been around longer than I have. And I couldn't enjoy the success. And I couldn't build a positive mindset. So because of this, I had a toxic mindset replaced. I didn't want to accept what my family members thought was going to happen. So to combat that, I created an alter ego. The arrogant trader, the one that was always right, pompous and arrogant. And I combated that with putting myself out online, on America Online. And that was my way of blocking out or arm wrestling outwardly what I was wrestling with internally. And I can tell you, as it's still to this day, I can think back, most people back then did not care for they didn't care for my ego. And it fueled it even more, because then it would cause me to think more guilt and more shame. And what do you do with that? The only way you can do is combat it, is be more arrogant. These things happen in all of us. Maybe we aren't going to come out and become an arrogant SOB. Maybe we're not going to be some know-it-all, okay? Maybe some of us just accept that quiet little voice that we don't deserve this. We don't deserve to be successful. And it manifests itself in our practices. It manifests itself in our analysis. It manifests itself in our execution or lack of execution on the trades. Think about it. How do you feel when you're in a trade, when it's profitable? Most of us, if you're honest and you're new, you just want to get out right now because you just want to have that winner. You want to appease that ache inside that it will reaffirm what you're doing is profitable, and it will cause you to feel a greater significance for yourself. Nobody believes you're going to do this. No one will. No one is going to believe it for you. You have to do it yourself. And it's hard. It's difficult. It's very hard. And I can tell you, I was no exception to that rule. In fact, I'm probably the poster child for it. And I can tell you, if you put the work into learning this, you do deserve it. Because there's no industry like this. It's so easy, you can fail immediately. It's so hard, but yet you can win overnight. There's nothing like this business. So if you have put the time in, or are willing to put the time in, you're a new student, you're a new trader, you are a new hotshot on the block. Your system rocks. Stick around, kid. Even if you're profitable. And something will happen. Either you'll go into a tailspin because you'll believe this internal dialogue that this can't go on forever and I don't deserve it. This can't be real. I should be out there swinging a hammer. I should be out there digging in the pits as a plumber. I should be out there doing things, getting dirty. I shouldn't deserve to live a lifestyle like this. Only you can change that thought process. And you need to do it today.
What's happening, troops? How you all doing? So, I hope you like the wee intro there. Whoops. Of course, that was Michael speaking in one of his videos. Let me clean this up a bit. Right. Oh, for God's sake. Always bloody something. Right, so this trade here on GU was the one that took me over 10%. You can see the entries and exits. Although it was it was pretty much a premature exit, which I was targeting this high to start with. But because I was so close to I was trying to make 10%, because I was so close to it, and I seen the big, I seen this action happening, some doing action. I was like, I'm out. I'll take the 11.5, and I'm happy with that. I mean 11.5% on the account. It's just I bought here under it, but we'll call it 11.5. So as you can see the drawdown as well. I showed the drawdown on the account. It was at 9.4 or something, 9.5, something like that. Which I managed to make back through September and October, and then make 11.5% profit. Just finishing my tea here. So the total percentage is about 17.5% through September and currently to October. Obviously the 6% was covering drawdown to get it back to 10k. And you can see if I'd let this trade keep running, currently would be 6R over 6R, 6 point something R. Which is a shame because this has been a lovely trade to end the account on. But I'm still happy with the results. That is the main thing. And let's get a wee bit of tunes on here while we're sitting about. And wait for this advert to get to fuck. See what let's try to adjust the volume. Right, I'll do it. Let's get this tune. Right, anyway, so this trade here was taken on GU this morning. During London. I guess I loads of kills on. So this would be in London kill zone, and I didn't actually understand what time that was in. I had to ask somebody. And a wee group I've joined on Telegram. They seem like a good group of guys. And they seem to know what they're doing. Just pretty much in the same position as me as well, learning ICT. Try to get their mind in the right place. But I mean, they're doing good. There's a few good traders in there. And there's about 50 people in it. But aye, it's good to have a community like that. Keep in touch with people that are on the same journey as you. Because I haven't really found it locally. Like, I've not really found anybody around me that's pursuing this sort of thing. So anyway, aye. The next step for me is on Monday I will be taking the My Forex Fund challenge. It's a 10k account. I think it was 80 quid. It's not my account though, but that's neither here nor there. It will still be getting traded the same way as what I've been trading, and it will still be following pretty much what I've been doing. So aye, this is London kill zone. So this setup, you can see it on the 5 minute. So they did say that it was between 3 AM and 6 AM. So that would be USA time or NY time, which is obviously UTC -4. And now I see it. I see the fake move up to grab liquidity here. The Judas swing down the way, which is a fake move down. And then break a structure, fair value gap here, and continuation. So I can see it. Excuse me. I can see this Judas swing here, as Michael calls it. Judas swing down, fake move down. Hang on man, I need to change this. I need to change this tune. Jesus Christ, man. Let me find some tunage. This should do it. My internet's been a bit slow recently, I've worked on it. So there's that issue. Anyway, aye, so this is this whole move is a Judas swing down. Real move is up the way, obviously. Broke structure here, broke structure here. Came back into the fair value gap. So I wasn't looking at GU at the time, that's why it's a wee bit late. But this would have been your ideal entry here. You've also got this gap here, but this is around about the 50% of this move. And it's also into discount. So if we take the fib, Okay, that low. That low to that high, you can see this one is still above the 0.5 and this one is just below it. So this would have been your was it OTE entry. Bang right there. Stop loss, I guess, on that wick. And I guess first target would have been this high for a 2.56. And then up here. You could have hit these wicks. 4.5, 5.3. So aye, and there's a wee fair value gap here that it could push into. So you could have got a 6R at this. At that move, which would have been... That would have been lovely, man. But I'm happy with it. I think I got a 2. 2.5. I think that's cool for me, man. Don't need to be greedy. But now that I know the kill zone times, I'm going to look out for these moves. These Judas swings during London. Because I was kind of getting confused by them. But now I can see it. Like, it makes sense. Just as the NY, the NY session makes sense. That was the first one that I kind of was messed up with. So what's the times for, is it 10 till 10? This is probably this news. I think it was 7 to 10? 7 AM to 10. There's a kill zone for New York. Something like that. So it's in it just now. Obviously there's news at existing home sales. Grab a wee shot here, backed into the lows maybe. So I guess this is inside the kill zone time for NY. Or is it? I can't remember. I think it is. Pretty sure it is. But anyway, it's just a wee video to update on the account, on the percentages, and basically what my plans are moving forward. And that's about it really. So I'm not going to be live streaming any of the my Forex Fund Challenge trades because I want to focus. I want to focus on actually trade quality, trade setups, and not be worrying about fucking audio issues or lag or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? I might update as I go along. A wee 10-15 minute video. Updates on some trades or things like that. But that's all for now. Just keep at it. Keep focused on what you're trying to achieve. Develop your mindset more than anything. Like the identifying these kind of moves is it becomes easier the more you do it, which I've found. You can see a good few scalps here, but this is no. If I can bin these wee silly moves, then that will improve the situation a lot. But some we're working on. But trade quality is the most important thing. And no messing about with shit you shouldn't be messing about with. You know what I mean? But aye, that's about it. So develop your mindset, keep watching the videos, and listen to what Michael's saying. It will come eventually, so just keep at it. And I'll catch you on the next update video, whenever that is. I'll be starting on Monday. Let me check. Monday 24th in October. So that will take us to Monday 24th of November for a full month. Hopefully I can, it's 8% I need to do. Hopefully if I can pick quality setups, trades, hopefully I can do it. I'm not going to say I'm going to do it in one trade or two trades, do you know what I mean? Because that's just not what I'm trying to achieve. I know there's guys that can do 2 pip stop and fucking smash a 1 to 10. That's a wee bit away from me yet, so I'm not trying to achieve that kind of thing. I'm happy with what I've been learning and the direction that I'm going. So aye, that's it, troops. I'll catch you on the next video. Right, so 24th. So I'll maybe do an update whether I'm winning or losing, I'm in drawdown or whatever, or profit on the Friday or Saturday. Maybe the Friday after I've stopped trading. And I do plan on trading Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, because I'm not going to be sitting in Monday's move into Wednesday or Tuesday's move into Thursday. So I plan on catching 10-20 pips and getting out. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not worried about fake moves and market reversals at points that are, do you understand what I'm saying? So if a setup comes on Monday, I'll take it. If it comes on Tuesday, I'll take it. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's the way I'm going to play it. So I'll catch you on Friday or Saturday with an update. And until then, stay safe, take it easy. Life's good, keep working. And I'll catch you then. Peace out, troops.